I'm David. I recently discovered there's a lot of live streaming videos on Facebook. The gaming group that I've been a part of the longest is this one right here. I first joined that over 5 years ago, I think. There's not a whole lot of people there. Also, there's this one. A lot of the memes that I make are for people in this group. There's 5,000 people in this group. Recently, though, I've discovered live streaming videos, and I've found that it's quite entertaining just to post comments in the chat. Not even, I mean, I could make a video, voice commentary. Instead of that, here are some of the things just from my board, comments that I quipped in the live chat of Millie's live stream. So here's some that I left out. What I noticed after discovering those live stream videos recently, around the same time, I noticed this was trending on the YouTube trending page from Call of Duty's official channel, and it's a really captivating preview. There's stuff like high-rise extractions via helicopter, followed immediately with explosive ambush and all types of other things. That's the explosive ambush, and then lots of other things happening. So I want to see some stuff like that in the video game. That's what I was asking for in the live chat. In the loading screen, though, the whole theme of it is the whole theme of the update here. It's called I don't know. It showcases intercontinental ballistic missiles, especially in the loading screen. I'll see if I can find it in the trailer. That's something that is shown in the loading screen that I've noticed from watching the live stream videos. Oh, that's a grenade baseball. That's not an intercontinental ballistic missile. That's just a across the room ballistic missile. So the joke there is going to be some stuff from Mad Magazine that I'm going to right now. Show that. There were still some things to mention. Something or another to mention. I was making jokes about that in the chat. I said that the abbreviation for ICBM is Intercontinental Breakfast Muffins. Like at different hotels, they have all-inclusive continental breakfast that comes with renting a hotel room. Some people from the squad were named Becky and Amy. And that was during intermission when it said on the screen, "Be right back." It reminded me of the Schwarzenegger quote from Terminator. So what I was leading up to is we're trying to name the character of Millie's character in the game. And for example, his name could be like Duke Nukem. And I was going to type in the chat, Duke is requesting permission to terminate with extreme prejudice. Millie, please, give your approval or disapproval. I didn't end up posting that. Here's some more information about intercontinental ballistic missiles related to that full album lyrics. So that is my my leg. You can look at that if you want to. that is a video that was going to show that that thing. Oh, so the thing froze. I'm gonna have to dip on the camera and reload it. Okay, camera's rebooted, and I think I took 2 videos. Okay, so I've been trying to explain this in some of my recent videos. I guess I'll just re-explain that just straight from the top of my head. Oh, I forgot to show the cover of this one. Darn. I suppose I could go inside at the end and show that of this video. So on the cover of this book, it says, so you see a boiling kettle there, the word Mad, like Mad Magazine. It's actually a book though, like it says right here, a Signet book. And then I found this ad over here. It says, win your own ICBM rocket as long as you name it and you fill in the blank off the top of your head. You name it and you send it into this place here, the Fallout shelter. I think that's where, even because this is so far in the past, in the 1960s, I think the Fallout game series is based just on this one ad from that book. And I've said before, and I will say it again, like the Beastie Boys song called Intergalactic, how it sort of repeats intergalactic, planetary. Instead of intercontinental, there could be something known as intergalactic planetary missiles. Like instead of ICBM, it could be whatever, IPBM or IGBM for intergalactic and interplanetary. So just from listening to this song, because I didn't have cable and therefore MTV growing up, I know the song well from the radio and from hearing it at clubs. I don't know the video well, but what it sounds like in the song, it sounds like I'm hearing another dimension, like another and another thing and another thing and another dimension. Also, it sounds like I live in a mansion, but the actual lyrics are another dimension. So like interdimensional ballistic missiles. And I definitely have to remember to follow up with the cover of that other Mad Magazine book where it shows something going off the top of his head. And I'll show how on the cover of the one book it shows a boiling kettle and the word mad. And I argue that this entire music album from the 1980s is originated from that single Mad book. And even the Fallout video game series. So the word I'm searching for is boiling kettle. So here it is right here. This is one of the most well-known songs of the entire album. It's played at clubs. People, intergenerational people, know the song. So it says right here, engine running hotter than a boiling kettle. Sort of like my phone's really hot right now. My job ain't a job, it's a damn good time. So this word right here, damn, just those 3 letters, D-A-M, like M-A-D, and boiling kettle. That can be seen on this one cover. I think the phone might crash, to be quite honest. So there's the boiling kettle and the quote-unquote damn good time that's mentioned in the song. Okay, so back on my feet. Is my camera frozen? So I think my camera is frozen there. So here's that. It's that reminds me of a board game that we used to have called Scaredy Cats from way back in the day. And when I say way back, I mean the 90s. So I guess that's all. There's still more funny stuff that I've noticed from this. Oh, speaking of Scaredy Cat. So that's the thing going off of his head, bouncing off the top of his head. And in this video here, there was an actual Scaredy Cat. I just took that just to be a part of this video here, this video to include. So there's like a AT&T warning that's been there for a long time. And then there's the Scaredy Cat. Okay. And definitely check out at least like the commercial or something, the movie, not movie, but on YouTube, the old TV commercial of that board game. But there was still one other thing about album covers. So I do here nominate Gifted and Talented Special Ed for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because of this video that I'll upload, I suppose, also to Facebook. It included Special Ed, the rapper, in a playlist of rock music. So therefore, you know, he's sort of, in my opinion, in the category of rock and roll rather than rap, because his biggest hit was in the early 90s. Sort of in between the transition from rock and roll to hip-hop and gangster rap between the early 90s and mid-90s and late 90s and everything. So this right here is sort of like the old board game Mousetrap. So I'm going to take my old DVD cases and CD cases and make it look like I have DVDs of these different bands and I could leave a trail for them. And that's just sort of a joke. That is an old reply to people that I used to play with in Korea. They would join the chat room and say, "I am Korea." And now that I look into the meaning of my last name and where America's given name is from someone that I'm in all likelihood might be related to, named Amerigo Vespucci, I can say that I am America, and it's not even a joke. So here's an album cover that I made right here using the Beastie Boys' License to Ill album right here at the top of that picture. But at the bottom of the picture, that's when Eminem 2 or 3 years ago made a reply album to that, because this was like the first rap album, Beastie Boys' License to Ill. At least as far as the culture is concerned. It wasn't technically, but it was the biggest and is sort of like the original rap record from the 80s. And then even Eminem is still making a reply all these years later, as recently as just a couple of years ago. So what I did is, in one of my videos, I made an entire album cover version. Like most musicians make a cover song. It's very rare to find an entire cover album. So not only did I make a cover album in one of my videos, meanwhile playing video games, I made the album cover here. I completed the cover. Instead of having a wrecked plane, I made it brand new, and that's using Led Zeppelin's 787 or whatever it is, 7 such and such. It's like a 820, I think, or something. I don't know. I think it is an 820. I don't know. It's one of the large jets, and it's known as the Led Zeppelin 747 or something. And they bought it from the Allman Brothers, and they didn't even like rename it. It's still, when you see a picture of Led Zeppelin standing in front of the Allman Brothers jumbo jet, and I think that's what it's alluding to in this. I don't think they ever actually had their own jumbo jet, so that's not really here or there. But the entire album cover I have uploaded on Facebook and on YouTube, and it was recently on YouTube, but it was right here, License to Ill entire album cover acoustic. And it's just my voice. There's not even any music track in the background. So what else? That was I think the first half of the album cover, and then the second half of the album cover is right here. And I think both of those videos can be found on my Facebook. So I hope that about wraps up that entire thing. This video is, I guess, supposed to be about 5 minutes. I've been using Tiny Tim as a name frequently, and that is the son of one of the main characters in A Christmas Carol, the old tale. There's the sort of elderly business owner. He's not named the Grinch, he's not the Grouch, but he is kind of grouchy. I can't think of his name. But one of his employees has a disabled son who's named Tiny Tim. And you know, that's just what part of my notes are over here in the memo. That's why it says employee of. Okay, so that's about all for now. I think there was just another thing to mention. So, Tiny Tim, I've been listening to a Russian song from Glukoza, the musician. She's featured in GTA 4. It's the first song that everybody hears at the very beginning of the very first mission when they first are introduced into Liberty City in GTA 4. It's her song called Schweiny. And I don't know why I like that song so much. I think because one of my feline roommates, her name is Cheyenne. And even in the song, when I listen with headphones, it sounds like it's being whispered, Cheyenne, Cheyenne. And so I think she would enjoy that song if she could hear that. She's not very into music. I'm talking about my feline roommate, Cheyenne. But also, in Russian, she says some particular word. Hello, Glukoza, if you see this, send me a personal message. I'll email you. I think I have already emailed you. Anyways, it sounds like she says, Tiny Tim. And that song can be heard, the live version, on my YouTube channel. I made 2 videos a couple of days ago, and it's this one right here, Game Console 2. This video is 23 minutes long, and towards the end of it you can hear me saying Tiny Tim, Tiny Tim. Anyways, I think that's funny. This video here is not on my Facebook. It is on my YouTube channel, and there's a website called pureview.com, and it can be used, it's for social media influencers to watch their own videos without adding views unnaturally or unorganically or whatever. I don't know if it works because it looks like it's still adding views even though I'm watching it on this external site. I thought the whole purpose of it was to not add views, like sort of like a spy gadget type thing. I don't know though, but almost all videos that I have on my YouTube are also on my Facebook. For some reason, they get more views on my Facebook, so that's just where I primarily upload them. This one's about, I have a Russian mob documentary going in the background, and I'm listening to it as I play this video game. I just didn't think it would be very appropriate to have on Facebook, so I put it just on YouTube. And so do I want to stop recording this video? Okay.